ConsenSys, an Ethereum community, is now connecting through MetaMask your IP address and your data. Next. That article, and my God, more Sam Bankman-Fried madness. Madness. Here today on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone, and my name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in Sam Bankman-Fried, as well as digital assets and NFTs. Now, before we jump into it, let's hit that subscribe button. Boom, boom. Really helps the channel out. I'm going to give you the latest and greatest news here all at once in 5 to 10 minutes. Today might be a little bit longer. There's so much going on this Friday, right after Thanksgiving. Jump right into it. All right, ConsenSys addresses MetaMask IP collection, claims nothing has changed. So ConsenSys, which is the Ethereum community by Joseph Lubin, is now getting so much criticism because when they changed their policy, they were finding out that every transaction or every time you use MetaMask, it is tracking you via your IP address. Now, what's really concerning about this isn't so much they find out what you're buying, but where things are coming from. For an example, they're tracking, they received from their MetaMask from the Ethereum from Coinbase. That Coinbase wallet, that's theirs. Now let's find out somewhere down the road where I can connect that to Coinbase and to a person's name. Or if I were to move stuff out of MetaMask, these wallets are connected. Or if you go to an exchange and you send money or whatever you're holding on your MetaMask, well, ConsenSys is now taking all kinds of hell. Guys, ConsenSys is dirty. We've said it from minute one. They're all up in the ETHgate issues that are happening with the SEC. Joseph Lubin and ConsenSys continually met with Hinman as well as Jay Clayton back in 2018. And now they're all connected with JP Morgan and the Ripple lawsuit with the SEC. And now it's connecting. It just continues to happen. And anyone out there thinking that, Vitalik is a really nice guy and he's just here to develop, bullshit. They're all connected. I will say this once, I'll say it 100 times. Vitalik several times has dumped his ETH onto the market at tops of market, onto retailers that took major hits. When we basically went to the top last year with Ethereum, guess whose big wallet dropped it dramatically at 4,600? Yeah, it was Vitalik's wallet. And you know Joseph Lubin, they are not, I will say this, and I'll say it over, they're not transparent. They will never tell you who the Ethereum whales were at the ICO. They will never tell you how much ETH they're holding. They'll never tell you when they sell their ETH. They will never tell you anything. Why? Why did they move to Switzerland? Because they're here to take advantage of US citizens from a company outside the United States. This is, I believe, all tied up with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX because they were an investor into FTX as well as Alameda. It's all connected. They're all here to pump whatever they're pumping and dump it on the retail. Next article. Wow, this FTX saga never ends here. It's continually never. One of the banks, a rural bank called Farmington State Bank in Farmington, Washington. And what's happened here is that FTX put a stake of 11.5 million into this small nobody bank. Only really had 3 employees, didn't really have mortgages, haven't done a mortgage since 2010. And all of a sudden he dumps 11.5 million. Well, days before he dumped on it, let's go and see. Farmington decides, let's go have an online presence. What's their online presence? It was called Moonstone Bank Online. Very, very interesting how that is. That they would actually do online. Now, a lot of people out there are talking, including in this article in Metaverse, saying that they're trying to skirt some of the laws here in the United States and have a US bank. So if they can prop it up and they were using their online presence, I can start actually doing some crazier stuff. Looks like they got caught. Now, if I'm going to pop it back over here, what I see that the connection is that the chairman of Farmington, Gene Chapelpin, also happens to be the chairman of Delbic Bank, which has Tether, which is a stablecoin, and Alameda both on its client list. Well, here's the connect the dot. This is going down huge rabbit holes that we're all getting tired of, because this guy was dirty to the core. To imagine that this guy is still walking around, and he's supposed to show up next week in New York at the New York Times little to-do list with all the other, I'll call it the usual suspects. Okay, the usual suspects. Look at it. Is Janet Yellen going to be there? Is the CEO of TikTok, in which we heard earlier this year that the US government felt TikTok was a threat. Now all of a sudden TikTok shows up, the CEO. Look at the list on the New York Times on this little soiree that they put together. This is ugly, guys. This is ugly. This guy should be arrested the second he steps off the plane in the United States. Number one. Number two, gosh, how many people are going to serve him lawsuits the second he walks out of that airport? It's going to be ugly. And he's going to have security around him, and they're going to go off. It's going to be a scene out of Godfather, right? Or whatever mafia movie that they're trying to protect a guy. It's going to be stupid. We know it's going to happen. But this just gets even worse. That rabbit hole gets deeper. Let's go on to the next article. FTX attacker turns to ChipMixer to launder tokens. Are you kidding me? The attacker laundered about 360 Bitcoins on November 25th via ChipMixer. Remember Tornado Cash? Where the Treasury came in and shut him down, and the guy who started Tornado Cash is still in jail as a flight risk in Switzerland, but ChipMixer isn't. And ChipMixer's using FTX. Where's the Treasury now? But this gets even deeper. Some in the community allege ChipMixer is the US government honeypot. I'm only reading what it says here. This is not advice. This isn't even my opinion. I'm only reading it. Guys, this is possibly the scandal of our lifetimes. And we can't wait to find a new House of Representatives coming in and going after the players, because the current regime received millions and tens of millions and possibly hundreds of millions of dollars for their campaigns to keep them in power. Looks like it's a power mad town. Binance. Other crypto firms line up for the bankrupt Voyager Digital after FTX collapse. Well, yes, the carcasses, the birds are flying around in circles, vultures, and they're going to pick out the carcass. Well, this is going to be ugly. I mean, a whole lot of people are thinking that they're going to get 40 cents on the dollar out of Voyager. I don't know if they're even going to get that. And guess what? 40 cents of what? Because that when most people put their money in Voyager, we're talking Bitcoin's at $35,000, $40,000. Now it's at 16 and diving like a rudderless plane right into the ground. So we're going to find out what's going to happen here. They're going to keep bidding on this. Cross Tower. I know that Ripple was going to be involved in this. In fact, Ripple is looking at the carcass of the FTX, what their assets are. So we're going to find out what's going to happen. But I don't think it's going to be anything good. And it's not going to happen anytime soon that anyone's going to receive money. No Christmas presents on the way for the FTX Santa Claus. That's never going to come. All right, guys, let's get into NFTs. I'm going to bring in our producer, Emmy. She got ready for today, spent hours and hours. She wasn't expecting that, was she? And she puts her hands in her pockets. What are you looking for?
Apparently my good outfit, according to you.
I had to put her on the spot. You know, she's every day I got to say something that we haven't talked about for the last hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You want to take off your headset?
No, I like to make sure that they can hear us.
Okay.
Just to make sure the
Perfect.
audio.
I just thought, I mean,
them.
I'm getting people down below that are saying in the comments, hey, cool bow, cool bow. Now you can't see the bow, so.
Oh, it's a Chanel bow today.
Chanel.
Yeah, it's a Chanel
Oh my God, how much you spend on that?
It was wrapping on a.
Oh, okay.
I just save it.
Repurpose.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why she's my producer and not yours.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go to the positive news today. My God, this is insane.
This is pretty crazy. So 100,008 net.
109,000.
Thank you. I can't. It was Thanksgiving yesterday, guys.
She's turkey drunk.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, a whole lot of XRP is the new record for XRPL NFT sales.
That's actually today so far.
So more than 100,000 XRP, that record. L on the ledger. Right. I think this is freaking cool. So they have something called the XRPL Punks Collection. And those items sold for that amount of money, and it would be the equivalent of $44,000. I think this is very interesting. So it says that the collection's official Twitter account, the sale was a result of an open-ended auction of X-Punk number 8. But it's stated without giving the name of the buyer that this person.
Yes, so we haven't seen any like touchdown dances on Twitter yet. Mm-hmm. We're gonna find that out. What this does, it represents now. I know that most people out there are saying, okay, XRP or XRPL, big friggin' deal. I mean, the amount of Ethereum, NFTs on a daily basis is so much more the amount of Cardano or Solana. But what this does represent, and what I think really what happened here is we're going to see an adoption of value NFTs, and we're going to get away from community animal pictures. Now, with that being said, this is an animal picture community, yet I know we've talked about this, but we know that XRP NFTs are now being talked about through the housing industry, right? Yep. And we know that's probably more of the use case here. Right. But I'm excited because now, we don't know where Ethereum's going to go. We don't know. For Solana, this is it. Right. Solana only has really animal picture NFTs, and anyone pushing that crap is ridiculous. But here I can buy them. They're cheap. They're the beginning. But this might be a community just like back in the dot-com age, where, everyone's all excited about, all AOL and Netscape. And guess what? Those all went away, and everyone just goes, well, if I want to buy a book, I'm going to buy on Amazon.
Yeah.
Where's Amazon today? Doing everything.
Anything you possibly think.
Exactly.
I think you're right, and we obviously love XRP, and if you don't, you suck.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I know. Again, turkey drunk.
I'm just speaking my truth today, guys.
Oh my God.
Okay, shall we?
Next one? This one just shows, to me, this shows why Ethereum NFTs, and we're not even going to talk about the real scam, VC scam cesspool, Solana, but go ahead and read this.
So this is roughly 48% of Ethereum NFT trades fake. Traders seeking to artificially inflate the price of collections or earn marketplace trading rewards generated 389 million wash trade. So if you're like me and you're like, bro, what's a wash trade? A wash trade is when a co-founder, a dev, a community member will give lowball offers and buy or sell things to the market price, like the floor price. Yeah. We're trying to artificially. So this is crazy. The amount of money that this was able to trade is just like
$400 million. So if you guys are out there, we own collections, in different collections in NFTs. And every day we see an email comes over at 5-10 emails. This person is offering, because if you go to OpenSea, you can people offer for NFTs. Well, if you notice that as you start going to the floor or even a higher price NFTs, you'll see the same names keep showing up over and over. Those people continually wanting to give lowball offers, and if someone gets desperate, they'll just accept it. I remember on Killer Girlfriend that I was all excited about this one, and it was going to expire, and unfortunately, by the time I talked to Emmy, it had expired. And then I realized it didn't expire. They just accepted this real lowball, and they relisted it for 3 times. Now, I'm like, dude, it didn't sell in 4 or 5 days at the floor. You just relisted it 3 or 4 times. But I have a feeling that, and I know this for a fact, I shouldn't say it for a fact. I have a feeling that they were going to relist it even lower, but they didn't want to continue to go over it. And if they were going to continue to get a low ball off, they're just going to accept it and move on. They didn't want to deal with it anymore. Possibly they needed the money but I get 10 to 15 every single day of people going after all my NFTs. And so I'm just like, dude, this is crazy. I'm almost wanting to mute it out because nothing is at floor. So you wanted me to name a few of them. Neo Tokyo is one of them. I continue to get my S2 Citizen over and over and over, under market, way under market, right? Now, I have a more valuable one there, so it's just kind of laughable that people even were trying to get me, under floor. But I get that. Another collection is the Dead. It is a game that is going on, and I have a couple of accessories to that game, and I get 50% what I paid for it over and over, even though the floor is way above what I paid. It's ridiculous, but all they do is they keep turning. It's churning. Really, it's churning to keep, that's probably the best way to go over wash trading. It's churning to keep a floor, so everyone thinks that this isn't going to 0.03 or 0.0. If you look at what real trading should be right now in the NFT market, everything that really doesn't have a strong community should be at 0.02, 0.03. I see that all the time. But in other communities, there's that 0.1, 0.12, 0.09. And I'm like, whoa, let's go look at solds. And you're seeing that a lot of solds are people just selling because they're tired of, they need the cash right away, and they just sell to the offers, the wrapped ETH offers.
This is crazy. I don't even...
It is. How do you get rid of wash trading? Well, you figure out that if someone keeps flipping your collection, you should be looking at that person. Like they're hurting the community. They have no commitment to the community. All they're doing is they're just keep putting the same property, the same NFTs up over and over and over, and people just get tired of it. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I know it's blowing her mind as the more and more she's diving into the craziness here.
Dude.
But you guys, it's a Friday. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend, and we will see you again on Monday.
Bye.